morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Facebook Live. It is so good to see you. Happy Friday. I am going to go share this over to my free Facebook group, Millennial Business Babes Unfiltered, if you want to come join us over there. If you're craving more girl talk, business talk, there's beautiful other entrepreneurs in there who share what they're doing. It is an incredible group, and it will continue to grow. So I want to talk this morning about money and debt and changing that. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Sarah. Good morning, Kayla. Sydney. Yay. Snashana. Hello, hello. Beautiful, beautiful people. If you are watching the recording, if you are hanging out with me over on the recording, either on Facebook or on YouTube, I'm assuming since I'm talking about money, Facebook will delete this. So it will be over on my YouTube channel within the next few days as well. My assistant will put it on over there. So feel free to scroll through the first. I've noticed it's like 2.5, 3 minutes is usually where we kind of really dig into the juice. Good morning, Peyton. Good morning. It's so good to see you. You have been killing it over there. I've been loving seeing everything that you're working on. Congratulations on the launch of your group. Congrats, congrats. So how is everyone this morning? I know I say that every time, but really, how are you? How are you feeling this morning? Sarah, it is so good to see you. You guys, if you are not following Sarah, she is incredible. She is one of my mastermind students who is killing the game, and she is making incredible movement in her business, and it's so much fun to be a part of. So good to see you guys this morning. I heated up my coffee because I don't know if you know this about me. If you've been watching for a while, you know this about me. My coffee gets really cold, and then I just heat it up like 5 times usually throughout the morning, and so I just heated it up so now it kind of burned my esophagus again. I tend to do that a lot. So I want to talk about, good morning, Chrissy. So good to see you. I love having you here. Chrissy has one of the most powerful, potent energies of anybody I know. She is one of my favorite people, one of my favorite humans to talk to, and she's working on a secret project that I can't wait to tell you about. She's one of my one-on-one clients, and I am obsessed with her. Peyton says, all the love and high vibes. I'm exhausted right now. Annabelle's coughing kept me up all night. Poor baby girl. But we're going to get shit done. Yes, girl, we are. We are getting shit done. Getting shit done. It definitely takes some time to rest, though. Being a mama, I cannot even imagine. You are the queen. Snashana says bomb.com. Amazing, amazing. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I want to talk this morning about, I asked to my millennial business babes, that's why I want you guys to be in that group, because I always love to ask, what do you guys want me to riff on? When I go live, as much as I love going live and this feeds my energy and I love starting my day this way, this isn't actually for me. This is for me to share with you. I love feeling inspired. I love having creativity like surge through me. I love being able to riff right from my heart on whatever it is that you want to hear about. So in my group this morning, I asked, and one of my mastermind students who I adore, Liv, she, so fun. We have the same first name and the same middle name. I am obsessed. So she said, I want to hear about your perspective on debt. And I feel like I have kind of a taboo outlook on finances, on money, on debt, and I want to share this with you. And here is my disclaimer always. You do not have to agree with everything I say. You do not have to agree with everything that I teach. I will shake some feathers a little bit this morning, I'm not going to lie. And I am doing this from a place of this is what has worked for me and the women that I am surrounded by, the women that I work with, but this doesn't have to work for you, okay? I want to share how I've been able to pay off damn near $20,000 of debt in the last 3 months, kid you not, and how I have consistently been hitting higher and higher income every single month by changing something very small. There's a million different things that I've been working on, obviously. There's the very tangible, like strategy side of working with my coach and getting really clear about branding and messaging and ideal client work and all of the beautiful things I take my clients through. That is a very important aspect. You can't do it without that if you are a business owner. But then the other side is changing my relationship with money and with finances, with abundance, with wealth, with debt that have been able to help me really get to this kind of next level in my life. And I mean, Joe and I are not even 30 years old yet, and we're almost completely debt free. And here's the thing about that is that I think it is because of these little tweaks that I have made. I really do believe that in how I've changed my relationship with debt itself. And I want to share that with you guys today. So tell me if you're excited. Give me some love if you are excited. Good morning, Michelle and Catherine. Hi, Jessica. Hello, hello. Heidi is here, and Allie is here, and Katie is here. Good morning. Katie, how are you? How are you since becoming sovereign? It has been a long time since I've seen your little bubble. It's so good to see you here. So I did not take any notes for this because I literally checked the group like 30 minutes ago, right before I decided to go live. And she had said, I want to hear your perspective on debt. And what's funny is I was thinking that in my mind. I was like, I want to talk about this, but like, I don't want to piss people off. But in all honesty, the more opinions and the more you share about your experience, you will piss some people off. It is just part of it. Good morning, Dominic. Hi, Shannon. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Alicia. Hello, hello. Peyton says, yes, love it. That is what I'm doing too. Amazing. Okay. So there are a million things. I'm going to first say this. There are a million things I could teach you on this subject. I could talk about money for probably the next 10 days straight with only pee breaks, like every couple hours or so. Like I literally could talk about it forever. I love to talk about money. I love to talk about a business and all of the things and branding and all of it. It gets me freaking fired up. But the one piece I want to share with you today, the one takeaway I want you to take away is how I shifted my relationship with debt itself in order to not only pay more off, but also no longer be afraid of it, okay? Peyton says, going to pay off my car and the vet bill, $600 left on the vet. Whoop, whoop, holla, love that, love that, love that, congrats. All right. What's coming through me right now with this, okay? I'm going to ruffle some feathers here. Joe and I, when we first started paying off debt back when I first started an online business, I feel like when you're an entrepreneur, you're like all of a sudden get this like wild hair to pay off debt. I don't know what it is. It's like everybody's goal when they start their business, everybody's why is I want to help people and I want to be debt-free. Every single time. That's like what everybody wants. I want to be debt-free. I want to be debt-free. I want to be debt-free. Like what does that even mean, right? And so for a long time, I grew up very much with my father, who I absolutely adore, being so like instilling money into my brain, like instilling, like I learned how to balance a checkbook at the age of like middle school. It was crazy. Like I learned about money. I've always been smart with my finances and I'm so fortunate for that I didn't have anything crazy that I had to learn the hard way. There were some things in life I've had to learn the hard way. Money was not one of them. However, once I got into I remember getting my first big girl job. Like after I left the salon world, I was a hairstylist for a couple years. I left the salon world. Joe and I got married. We moved across the country. Good morning, Shannon. So good to see you. One of my favorite humans in the world. So Joe and I moved across the country to Washington. I was 20 years old when we got married, like babies. And I got like this amazing job and I worked my way up in salon management and made more money than I ever thought possible at the age of like 21, 22. Like I could not even believe it. It was crazy. I'm texting you like this bitch is not texting me back. Girl, I got to go live. I got to share with the people and then I'll be back to you in a little bit. So I was making more money than I ever thought possible. I think I was making like, I don't even know. Like it was salary and it was amazing. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I would get takeout like 3 times a day. I mean, we drank all the time. Like we were spending money left and right. And there was a time where we were not so smart with our money. We started learning about what credit cards were. Oh my God, my parents never let me have these. This is so fun. So we started to dabble in kind of going outside and living outside of our means, right? And there was a time where we were at Trader Joe's and we were going to pay the bill for our groceries. And it was, I will never forget this moment. Like it still makes me sweaty. Like, does anyone have that moment that you remember when your card gets declined that like makes you want to shit your pants like every time you think about it? And I remember, he swipes our debit card and it doesn't go through. And Joe and I share a bank account. We look at each other. We're like, what the fuck? Like we've never made more money in our lives. Like, why is this declining? And the credit card declines. And it's like, okay, so the debit card declines. And then we're like, okay, it's fine. We have a credit card. Do the credit card. The credit card declines. And we're like, oh my God, like literally like where your face, like the heat raises and like goes all up in your face and it's just like beet red, which by the way, I'm not actually beet red right now. I have a salt lamp on because I'm all about the vibes. I just noticed I'm like really red. And so this happens where I'm like, my whole face is turning red and it's like, I don't know what we're going to do. Like, I don't know. So we're trying to get on our phone really quick and check our banking because we're like, how did this happen? Oh my God, this has never happened before. We're both like working these jobs. We're making this money. We're living this luscious life that we were living at like 22, 23. And I was like, what is happening? And so we go into the bank account. We notice like, oh my God, like a bunch of bills just hit and like everything's gone. And we go into our savings and there's like a little teeny tiny bit of savings. So we like transfer it over and we're like, oh my God, like mortified. We'll never forget that. Like I still to this day will go into my bank app on my phone and check it before I go into the grocery store, even though I'm making like an extreme amount more of that now. I still am like, oh my God, like that can never happen again, right? We all have that moment. And so I remember this happening. And I remember us then getting super, super serious about like, okay, now we need to pay off our debt. We need to get serious. We need to get our shit together, right? And we do that. We do this where we start to get our shit together. And I remember talking to my parents about it. And of course, like my parents are so like hardcore Dave Ramsey fans. And I'm going to say some things that are very opinionated in the next like 20 minutes. So please bear with me. And if you don't agree, I love you. And that's okay too. So we went like the opposite extreme. We went from living this luscious, abundant, like money never runs out life to then having like this mortifying moment to then going like hardcore extreme. How can I be like top of the top, like not have any debt? Like debt is scary. Debt is bad. This is bad things. And I went hardcore Dave Ramsey. I took Financial Peace University. Joe and I put ourselves through that. My parents had sent it to us. It was such a sweet gift of theirs. And we started like the whole, debt snowball where you take like all of your debts kind of laid out and then you start to pay just the minimum on each and every single one. And then anything left over in the month, you kind of accumulate it all and you put it towards whatever's like the smallest amount. Is that making sense? So we would start paying things off one at a time, whatever was the lowest amount that we owed. So this was happening and we paid off credit card after credit card after credit card. Like it was like, boom, boom, boom. This is amazing. This is so good. And like, well, yes, like, holy shit, this is amazing. This was incredible. It put the fear of God into me that debt was this heavy weight that weighed me down. It was this super scary, overwhelming, oh my God, I am a failure. I am the scum of the earth because I had debt. It put this fear into me that if I didn't live by my, $300 a month grocery budget and I went $1 over, that I failed, right? The achiever in me was like, oh God, like I'm failing. Like why? If my friends wanted to go out and have a drink and I was having a crummy day, I was like, I literally don't have any money left in my fund for fun. Like I can't go out and have a drink with you. And it was this feeling of, well, yes, I was like celebrating and I was paying off debt and it was incredible. We started to like have this fear around money. It was scary. It was like there was never enough or there was only just enough. And it was this idea that it always runs out, that at the end of every month, there was this like literally the whole idea behind it was like, get your bank account to $0. Like everything needs to go to debt or everything needs to go to the, your each and every single day. It all has to be categorized. It all has to be categorized. And while yes, like there's also the emergency fund where you get like $1,000 in this savings account and we did that and all of this stuff, but I don't know if anyone can relate, but it literally put fear into me around money, that there was never enough. It always runs out and it has to be this like super structured budget. And if it wasn't, then I was a failure or like I couldn't be happy. Like I wasn't allowed to be happy, right? I couldn't have the things that I desired. I couldn't have the things that I wanted because, well, it doesn't fit into any of this stuff over here, right? So as I went into entrepreneurship and we kept paying off debt and we were doing great and I went into entrepreneurship and I started to realize the idea of abundance. I started to realize like, oh my God. And I started to work a lot on my money mindset. And I've been working on my money mindset for like damn near over 4 years now. And I would start learning about it and I was like, oh my God, like money is energy, right? Money is simply energy. It's an energetic exchange to give you something that you want. So when my clients pay me, they are paying me for me to pour into them and for them to show up to get a return on investment. Like it's literally just an exchange. When I go to the grocery store and I'm getting all of this beautiful food to feed myself for the week and feed my, pets and make sure that I'm nourished, I'm giving money to then get something different energetically back, right? When I am, investing in, I don't know, whatever it could be, it's an energetic exchange, right? So therefore, energy is limitless. Money is limitless. There's an abundance of it. It doesn't actually run out. It's something personally where it runs out. It's some block that I'm having that's keeping it from coming to me. It's all around me. Like one of my mastermind students yesterday, she was like, I saw a nickel on the ground. I wanted to pick it up because I do believe it's important. Like if the universe gives you a penny, freaking pick the penny up and celebrate it. It is abundance. Okay. But she's like, I wanted to pick up this nickel, but people kept walking over it. So I was like, you know what? That's going to come back to me tenfold. I'm going to leave the nickel there and I'm going to let that bless somebody else and I'm going to keep going. So she's like, I was very intentional. I left the nickel and she's like, I kid you not, I was walking down the street and a dollar bill flew into my face. And I was like, oh God, like, thank you. Thank you, universe. Holy shit. There is money. Money is abundant, right? Money is everywhere. When are the times where you randomly, the person pays for you for your Starbucks in front of you and you're like, oh my God, that was $5 coffee you just got. That was free. Money is abundant, right? You get a check in the mail and you're like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting this, or I wasn't expecting this refund, or I wasn't expecting this thing. And you're like, okay, this is cool. Or you open your business and all of a sudden you get paid for your first consult that you weren't expecting and you have $100 in your bank account. And you're like, oh my God, money is a renewable resource. It is constantly being made. It's literally being printed at the government house or wherever, the White House, like wherever it's made, every single day. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. We don't have to fear, okay? It's just, are you a match for it? Are you working for it? Are you ready to receive it? Like there's so much work we can do there, but that's not the point of today's live. If you want to talk more about that, I have a video on my YouTube about that, and we can talk about it on a coaching consultation. So it was so interesting. So I went into this whole starting to learn more about my money mindset and I was like, oh my God. And then I am inside of an exponential wealth course right now with one of my mentors. And we were talking about the idea of healthy debt versus unhealthy debt, right? Unhealthy debt being like, ooh, I really want this pair of shoes and I have no reason to buy it. Therefore, I'm going to put it on my credit card. I'm going to go live outside of my means for things that I just simply want, when really I should be a little bit more, intentional about where that income is going. So I'm going to buy the shoes, I'm going to buy the things, I'm going to buy all the things. And it's like consumerism and we're just going out and we're just buying all the things because we want them. And it's like you're racking up this debt like I was doing when I first learned about credit cards way back when. I was just going out there and I was like, woo, 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 free money. This is amazing. And that is a very unhealthy relationship with money. That is treating my money poorly, right? Like she taught us, she was like, if you treat your friend that way, where you're just taking from her all the time and you're not giving anything back and you're just reckless with her, how is that friend going to show up for you? She's not going to show up very well, right? So it's an unhealthy side of debt. However, there is the healthy side of debt. There are the things that we simply need to survive, things that we need that can be a healthy form of debt. For example, a car. My car gets me from A to B. I paid off my car, but when Joe comes home and we buy another car, I'm not afraid of my monthly car payment anymore. It doesn't feel like this looming dark cloud over me of oh my God, because it's needed. It's necessary to get from A to B, right? If you need to make money and you need to go to a job, you have a car to go from A to B, or maybe you take the bus or whatever, and you need to pay for that. So do you see how what the difference is there, right? Heidi says, I'm so aligned with this. This is so what I am teaching manifestation at its best. Amazing. Good morning, Kara. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Eric. Hello. Olivia says, oh my God, yes, glad I get to make this one. Yay, thanks for talking about this. Of course, yay. Peyton, I'm going to get to yours in a second as well. So then, there's the idea of investing in a coach. When I first invested in my coach, I put it on a credit card. And here's why, okay? I don't think everyone should do this. No, I don't think that you have to do this. No, this doesn't mean anything about you. This is simply my experience. I looked at it as healthy debt because I felt energetically connected to her. I knew that my coach was going to help me get to the next level. I knew who I was going to be when I showed up paying that money, knowing I was paying that back, knowing I was paying interest on that. It didn't scare me, because I was like, oh, I'm going to get my return on investment. It was a healthy decision for me. It was intentional decision making, okay? For the second thing about it, it's looking at, am I investing in this? Is this going to give me a return on investment? Is this going to make me better, get me farther? Is it going to help me grow? Is it going to raise my vibration? Is it going to give me energy? What does this mean? Then yes, I invest in that, and that is a healthy debt to me. I kid you not. When I started working with her, I was not making that. It was going on a credit card. I re-signed on with her. I still wasn't making that. I was starting to get nervous, but I was like, I trust myself. I trust the universe. I trust that I'm divinely guided. So I did it. And then I kid you not, the next month I was able to pay off that entire credit card. Like it's so crazy because my mindset changed. I didn't think of it as this looming weight, this looming heavy, dark cloud of debt that was weighing me down. I said, I'm still living my life. I'm being intentional with my spending. I'm being smart about it. I know what's coming into my bank account. I know what's going out. I'm aware of it. But if I'm feeling called to something, or if I need to invest in something, I found a way to do it, because to me that was healthy. That was me knowing I will get a return on investment here. This isn't just a thing that's going to sit there. This is a thing that I'm going to show up and I'm going to get my return on investment, right? So it is this scarcity versus abundant mindset. If I believe that money is always going to run out and that there's never enough, and I'm living in lack and scarcity, then yes, debt is terrifying. Debt is terrifying. But if I choose to believe that the universe is abundant and I am connected to that and it's limitless potential, and when I couldn't believe it in my own life and I was like, I don't believe this to be true. I don't know how this is going to be true. I don't know how this is going to happen. I looked to people I looked up to. I looked to my coach. I looked to Amanda Francis, who's an incredible money teacher. I looked to other mentors where I was like, if she can do it, I can do it. And if she can do it, I can do it. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming or scary or dark. While yes, it's incredible paying off debt. It's one of the most gratifying feelings. I love it. It makes me excited. It does allow me to live more freely, right? But at the same time, it wasn't like it was weighing me down anymore. And I didn't keep focusing on it. If all I'm focused on is pay off debt, pay off debt, pay off debt, pay off debt, and that's all I'm focused on, can I be real with you? What you focus on expands. You get more of it. And that's what I found to be true for me. But when I was living my life, having a smart, intentional plan about paying this off, but not letting it rule my life, and it didn't rule our marriage, it didn't consume the conversations on date nights, it didn't consume how we spent and how we treated our lives and how we believed about our future and in abundance, when it didn't do that, then I'm actually able to pay it off easier, quicker. It's happening faster. Kid you not, $20,000 of debt gone in like 3-4 months. Kid you not. It's insane. But because I'm not focused on it, I keep living, I keep teaching, I keep growing, I keep doing, I keep investing, and I know that this will handle. This will get handled. This will get handled. And yes, like I said in the beginning, there were times where I was stupid with my money and I had a shit ton of unhealthy debt. Unhealthy. It was an unhealthy amount of debt, and it was all stupid spending because I was dumb and I was young, and it's fine, and I learned from it. But that's a different thing. And we have to, guess what? You can't go back and change it. So stop focusing on it. Stop being weighed down by guilt and shame about your past. Like, it happened. Laugh at it. That was stupid. That was funny. I got those shoes that I ended up never actually wearing, or I had the bag, but it'll get handled. It's going to be fine. Like, it's going to be fine. It's all going to be okay. Choose to believe in the abundance that is available to you. Choose to believe that it's going to be okay. It really is. We don't take money with us when we die, right? So why are we so focused on it all of the time? It's simply energy. And are you attuned to it? Are you ready to receive it? Are you allowing it? Are you open to it? Or are you just terrified of it? Think of if I was terrified of my husband. He would eventually be terrified of me, right? If you're scared of money, money's scared of you, you're not allowing it in. But if instead you become smart and intentional and you're aware, right? I always tell my clients, it's about, okay, I'm aware. Here's what's coming in. Here's what's going out. Here's my goals. Here's where I'm going. Here's what needs to happen. Here's my plan, but I'm allowing miracles to happen. I'm allowing room for the universe to do its work. I am allowing the limitlessness that is available to me to come in and help. And it doesn't have to be this like, this money goes here, and this money goes here, and this money goes here, and this money goes here. Do you know what one of my mentors told me the other day? She says, when you have a budget that is so strict, like how I was living before when I was terrified of money, again, strong opinion here. it was like I was putting this idea that I will never make more than this, that miracles don't happen. So I need to be so in control of it that I'm gripping the ever-living shit out of it because I need to make sure that this is all taken care of, rather than realizing and trusting and leaning into the fact that I'm not doing this alone, that there is something so much greater than me at play here, right? How would that shift things for you? How would you show up differently? Let me know if you guys are having questions about this below. I am so excited. Good morning, Kat. Good morning, Lorraine. Hello, hello. Okay, let me read these. Yes, you guys can totally relate to my story. I love this. Yes, yes, yes. Carrie says, amen. I still have so much work to do in my money story. Amen, girl. Don't we all? It is constant growth, constant work. It's being a student of it. Sarah says, yes, that is me now. I use Quicken and everything is in the budget. If it's not listed there, I don't buy it. Everything is categorized so I can see where I need to pull back, slowly changing as we're working together. Yeah, amazing. And if that works for you, cool, then do that. But it's like the idea that, like, okay, for example, me and my friend Autumn talk about this all the time. When we were both started working with our coaches that we couldn't afford at the time, and again, not that that's for everybody, but that it was our story. And we were texting each other all the time. Business besties are God's greatest gift to earth. I'm telling you, having a coach and having a high vibe squad of women who are also driven and committed and investing in themselves, game changer. We've all been able to rise together. It's been amazing. But we would text each other and we would be having like a bad day. We're like, I'm super low vibe today, or I'm not feeling the greatest, or I'm super stressed out about money. And it was like, I'm going to go get a $5 coffee. Does that technically make sense in my budget? No, it didn't make any sense in my budget. But I was like, this will raise my vibration. This will get me in the energetic frequency of creation, of inspired action, of feeling aligned, of feeling lit up, and I will be able to create. Therefore, I will be able to make money. Like, you guys, your energy is everything as an entrepreneur. If you don't have money, go make money. Go create something. Go share your gifts with the world. Make the damn money. Right? We're so caught up in like, well, where's it going to come from? Where's it going to come from? Where's it going to come from? What are you doing about it? Go take inspired action. Go create money. So we would both go. We would hold each other accountable. We're like, we're going to get the coffee. We're going to sit at the coffee shop. We're going to create our next offer, or we're going to, record the podcast, or we're going to go write the blog post, or whatever it had to be that was going to get us one step closer to changing someone's life, therefore creating impact, therefore creating income. It was like this ripple effect. So I got the damn coffee, and I didn't stress about the fact that, like, oh my God, I have coffee in my cabinet. Maybe I should just do that, because that just kept me in the low vibe that I was at. Coffee is just an example. It can be whatever you want it to be. Sometimes my coach would tell me, I want you to go to a hotel, or I want you to go to a restaurant with your laptop, order one glass of champagne. The days where I couldn't even afford, a couple, or I couldn't afford a whole lunch, she was like, go get one glass of champagne, right? Like $10, $15, sit down, write, create from that luxurious, abundant, I got this space. Not from the, oh my God, my credit card payment comes out tomorrow, and oh my God, I need to make money, and oh my God, now I'm desperate, and oh my God, I'm freaking out, and now I need to just like make money. And then you put it out there and people feel the desperation and nobody buys, ever. Right? Can anyone relate to that? Peyton says, I definitely think there needs to be a balance. That needs to happen. One extreme or the other isn't healthy. There still needs to be a budget, but there's a good way to go about it that isn't from scarcity. Yeah, and if that works for you, that's incredible. Let's see. Heidi, I've manifested $20,000 a house, like in your business for your house. That's incredible. Oh my God, congratulations. A lot of people don't want to put energy into a coach. Yeah, some people want to, and that's fine. Like, I'm not, and in all honesty, I don't have that happen a lot in my space. I'm just not available for it. There's people that don't want coaches, and they tend to not follow me because I'm very adamant about how much that's changed my life and how I believe the work that I do is of high service, and I believe that it matters. I do. Peyton says, oh my God, yes, that's what I was thinking, LOL, and I couldn't think of a word for it, unhealthy and healthy debt, because my debt was definitely not something I wanted, because I don't like having debt, but it came from things I needed. Exactly. My car broke down completely and I needed one right away, but I didn't have the money to go debt-free like I would want to, since it wasn't the plan to have my new car break down entirely in less than a year. And then the vet bill was to save my dog's life. Exactly. It's just that simple shift. Like we were talking about it in our money course the other day, and she was saying like things, when I pay my electricity bill, I literally celebrate. I'm not like, well, there goes $100. Like, that sucks. here we go, paying my rent again. Like, yeah, it sucks. Do I want to pay, $1,400, $1,500 every month for my rent? No, not particularly. However, I'm like, thank you for the roof over my head. Thank you for the heat that is coming through those, vents when it gets cold outside. Thank you for being able to fuel my computer so that I can build a business from home, and you start to drop into gratitude and everything around money shifts. Gratitude, celebrate. When I pay my coach, do you know what I used to think? At first I was like, oh God, here it goes again. And I would get excited because I thought I was getting paid, and then I realized I was paying her. But what I shifted it to, and my clients do this exact same thing. One of my clients, literally every time she pays me, she sends me a message and she says, happy payday, this is amazing. And we celebrate together because she knows how she shows up because she's investing, and it's payday for me. And I know for me, when I would pay my coach before I was making money consistently, I would pay her, and I was like, if my coach can wake up on a random ass Thursday morning with $2,000 in her bank account, I can do the same thing. And now I do, because I shifted it. When I paid one of my mentors yesterday and upgraded to a VIP experience for one of her programs, I did it, and I literally sent the money over. I didn't think twice, and I literally wrote in the note, I said, love you, thank you so much. And I posted in the group that I was in, and I said, I'm so excited I upgraded, and I did it again because I'm investing in myself. I'm celebrating the growth, the expansion, the abundance that is. And me doing that for my coach shows me that it's possible for other people to do it for me. I think it's so important. Like I only charge, I only create, I only offer at the level in which I've invested. And my prices don't even match what I've invested in. They don't. Like I'm always making sure that I'm up-leveling, that I'm expanding, that I'm growing to be the best coach that I can be. I think that that's extremely important. We never get to a place of having arrived, right? Let's see, Peyton says, and I also knew, even though that payment was going to kill my budget initially, I knew I was getting a much better job soon and it would be easier, which it has been. Amazing. I love that. Congratulations. That's so good. Heidi, I have a mentor, love her, and now I can do what she teaches me and I can teach others. I love your voice and your message. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's all about when I learn from my mentors and I learn from my coaches, it's like, how can I make this mine based on my experience? So one thing we can do, right, is we can consume information and then we can just share it. And that's out of integrity. The second piece we can do is we can consume information, we can learn it, we can embody it, we can put it into action, we can find what works for us and teach from that space. And that's where the magic happens. Carrie, I so need this. I need to get a plan. Yes, girl, sit down, have a money date. Sit down with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. Sit down with your laptop, light some candles, have fun with it. I've got my crystals here. Like I'm in the zone and I just go with my money about it that way. I'm not afraid of it. I'm aware of it. When I wasn't making money, I wasn't afraid of it anymore. When I'm afraid of it, it's afraid of me. I just became aware of it and it lessened the anxiety and the pressure. Lisa says, I need that reminder. This will get handled. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Also give and you will receive. Yeah, money is like this constant cycle. You give, you receive, you give, you receive, you receive, you give, you receive, you receive, you receive, you give. Like it's this whole constant cycle. It's always happening, whether we believe it is or not. Olivia says, I've adopted this new belief around debt. How do you block other people's BS? I feel like all of my family and in-laws are always talking about credit cards and how any debt will fuck your life up. They don't believe in abundance, like penny pinching. In all honesty, I'm not available for it anymore. If I find that my friends or my family are talking about that, and that's where it's the same thing I did with health. When I used to hang out all the time with people that constantly bitched about their bodies and ripped themselves apart and talked about their new diet and all of this, I simply was like, I wrote it in my journal. I started to embody it. And I was like, I am no longer available for that type of conversation. It is draining. It doesn't make me feel good. It is not healthy for me. And it's not healthy for them. So I would shut it down. And I either cut those people out of my life or it was family. I just changed the subject and I move on. Like I'm just not available for it anymore. And it's the same thing with people that constantly want to be talking about lack and scarcity and money. I just am like, I'm gonna release myself from this, situation, this conversation. Like, can we change the subject? We can agree to disagree. It's the same thing I do with spirituality and the things that I believe that are different than those around me. And it's hard. It's hard when it's family, but you can either allow that to be spoken into your life or you can set a boundary. You can be like, I'm no longer available for this. Either remove yourself from the situation, change the conversation, or simply just like cut things out. I mean, the people that I surround myself with in my life now, like all of my friends and everything, we're all focused on abundance and what's next and making a huge ass impact and changing the world together. And we have constant conversation flow around that. Peyton says, it's totally like the conversation we had at our work yesterday. We all bring a few dollars a week for the vending machine for pop or snacks, and sometimes we don't have a quarter, so we ask each other if anyone has a quarter or a dollar. Then we're like trying to figure out who would owe money, and we decided, you know what? We all give each other a dollar or a quarter here and there. It all evens out. That is incredible. Amazing, amazing. Liv, I would ask, I guess, what would be your take on penny pinching? Like, I go to the grocery store and not getting the extra dollar for what you want. My closest people in my life do this all the time, and I try to make me feel bad about doing that. I guess it's the awareness. It's being smart. It's being intentional. So if I literally know that there's like only this amount in my bank account at the time, when like I would not even be able to get the organic avocados because like I literally couldn't afford them, I would get the non-organic avocados, and I would figure out like where can I have like coupons. Like if you look at couponing as abundance, like it's free money, that's amazing. If you look at couponing as scarcity and lack, then that's a different story. But it's all about the meaning that you're giving to things. You give money meaning, right? If that extra dollar is going to like raise your vibration and help you feel really freaking good and it's doable for you, then I think do it. But if it's like, I need to clench onto all of it and money is really scary and money always runs out and there's never enough, so I can't get that thing that I want, then shift, right? So penny pinching, I think that is definitely rooted in, especially that word itself is scarcity. It's like there's pennies. We literally walk on the street and there's pennies everywhere. Pennies are in my cup holder in my car. Pennies are on the floor. They fall out of people's jeans all the time. Like money is abundant, right? So just shift the meaning of it. What are you making it mean for you? Sarah says, yes, when I signed up for the mastermind, I had no clue how I was going to pay for it. As an Uber driver, I caught a passenger going to Ohio, which was a payment for $126, enough for my first weekly payment. I am obsessed with you guys. Sarah, I kid you not, she is one of the most committed, go-getter, like I will make anything happen type of women that I know, and she makes it motherfucking happen. I am obsessed with you. You are amazing. Oh, so good. Kara, I literally had a moment last night drinking a Moscow Mule and it felt like success. I looked at it differently. The way the ice moved and it tasted, I pictured it as the taste of success. It was delicious and abundant. I want to cry. That is one of the most incredible things I've ever read. Beautiful. I hope you wrote a post on that. That is amazing. It's so true though. Like literally it's shifting it. Like right now, I'm speaking into a microphone. This is abundance. I bought this on Amazon. I'm drinking coffee that I bought at the grocery store, and it's warm and it tastes good. And I'm like, this is it. I wrote a post about it the other day. I was sitting on the couch. I was drinking my Starbucks coffee. I had my puppy in my lap. I had candles flickering around me. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. We get so focused on building a future. We get so focused on what's next that we forget to look at the success that we're already in right now. We forget to think like, what if I'm already living the dream? What if this is the dream? What if it just keeps getting better and better and better? But when we're so focused on what's holding us back and what's dragging us down and what we can't have, then we forget like it actually doesn't have to be hard. You know? Oh, I love this conversation so much. We're going like a million ways. It's so good. Lisa, that's such a good idea. I'm going to have to head to a hotel and order champs and work soon. Exactly. It's like, it's the vibration of it. You're around people. You're around, I was listening to a podcast this morning and she was saying this. She said, I started staying at this hotel one night a week, and then I would stay at like a cheaper hotel the rest of the time that she was visiting somewhere. She's like, because in that vibration, in that hotel with people that were wealthy, with people with money, there was a different vibe about these people. And she's like, I wanted to be a part of that vibe. And then her vibe was raising, and now she's a multimillionaire. So there's that. Kat says, yes, good morning, Ruby. Good morning, good morning. Yes, about to pay our gas bill, but I'm so fucking thankful I can pay the whole bill. Exactly. Incredible, incredible. So Nashana, thank you for sharing with Diana. Welcome, Diana. Peyton says, yes, although I don't like paying my bills, I love that I can do it. Yes, I can't say that enough. Amazing, amazing. I went to my chiropractor last night and it wasn't in my budget, but I knew it was going to make me feel 10 times better so I can do better. Exactly. What do you need to show up stronger? Right? If you need to buy the adrenal supplement to heal your adrenal fatigue, it matters. Your energy is everything. And if you can't operate, if you can't live, if you can't create, if you can't speak, if you can't show up because you're falling apart, then you can't do your job. You can't make a difference. End of story. Your energy, your health, your vitality, it's everything. Everything. I love that so much. Good morning, everybody joining us. So good to see you guys. Liv said, yes, basking in the vibes. Love you so much. I love you. Yay, yay. Peyton says, so going to enjoy a spritzer tonight with Tyler and celebrate what's going to come, even with a sickling in the house. I was going to say a slicking. Sickling in the house. I love that. Congratulations, Peyton. You have so much good going on right now. So much good. Lorraine, yes, girl. Yes, yes. So here's the thing, okay? Just be aware. What is the verbiage that you're using around money, that you're using around debt? When you go to invest in something, when you feel called to something, are you keeping yourself from it simply because it doesn't make sense on paper? Because then you're blocking yourself from the miracles that are available for you, from the next level that is right here, up for the taking for you to grab, right? Become aware of it. Be mindful, be intentional. One of my mentors calls it wealth care. Instead of budgeting, she calls it wealth care. How am I caring for my wealth? Even when you're not making 5 figures yet, even when you're not making your 6-figure year yet, even when you feel like you're barely scraping by, every single mother effing penny counts. How are you treating it? How are you being mindful? How are you investing? How are you showing up? How are you operating? What's your energy like? What's your verbiage like? What's the meaning that you're giving it? Right? If I'm like, oh, fuck it, it's just a penny. It's just a penny. I want more. It's not enough. I'm just going to leave it on the floor. You're not going to get more. It's abundance. It all is. The coffee that I'm drinking right now is abundance. It's all energy. Okay? So start to become aware. Start to shift the meaning. Start to take the power back and stop being afraid of money. Stop being afraid of debt. Stop being afraid of where you're feeling called and investments. Shauna, good morning, good morning. So good to see you. Hello, Connie. Hello, Jennifer. So that is what I want to share with you today. Debt and money and investing and, budgets and all of these things. It's just, what meaning are you giving it? What power are you giving it? Are you letting it have control over you? Or do you have the control and the power over it? Realizing that you can actually work with it. You can flow with it. You can be one with it. It's a weird way to say that, but it's like, it's limitless. There's so much more available always. But are you blocking it by saying that there's not enough? Are you blocking it by being stupid about it and stupid spending? Are you blocking it by not treating it with care? Are you blocking it by thinking that it's not going to happen for you? Are you blocking it by not trusting your gut? Or are you allowing it by giving the meaning something different? This is healthy debt. This makes sense. I am aware. I am intentional with this. This is coming back to me tenfold. Literally, that's what I told my mentor yesterday. I invested in her again and I said, here you go. Happy payday. This is coming back to me tenfold. I'm not even worried about it. Not even scared, because I've seen it be true over and over and over and over and over again for me, because I show up and I play differently. Right? So do the work that matters. Go and create and make an impact and leave this world a better place with the gifts that you have, and know that you can make money, honey, doing what you love. You can absolutely make money doing what you love. Amanda Francis always says, my work is of high service and it is worthy of massive compensation. Keep telling yourself that. Keep shifting, keep growing, keep expanding so that you can charge for the work that you do. So you can show up and you can play big, because you're worthy of it. You are abundance. It is your birthright. But what meaning are you giving it? How are you allowing it, or how are you blocking it? Is it healthy debt or is it unhealthy debt? Right? Connie says, at an event, there was change on the floor and they said, it's just change. I said, I will. This is good. Stupid spending. Yeah. Literally pick it up. It's abundance. Thank you, universe. I'm ready for more. It's like that whole saying. I don't know where it came from. It's not my words, but thank you, universe, more, please. Thank you, universe, more, please. Thank you, God, more, please. Thank you, angels, more, please. Like, more where this came from, please. This is amazing. I'm receiving this fully. I'm ready for more. Right? So I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me. I love that we were able to have such an incredible conversation. No one wants to kill me. No one wants to have my head on a platter. So I appreciate you for, even when we disagree a little bit, even when things maybe we think a little bit differently on things, we believe a little bit differently on things. Thank you for being here, for having this conversation with me. If you still have questions around it, please post below. Let me know. I can maybe do a part 2 around it. Or I love what Peyton said, maybe doing a mastermind on money. as I continue to embody, as I continue to shift into this, I would love to be able to teach it at the same time. So I will keep working on me and doing the work I've got to do to continue to show up and teach and share with you. And I hope that you will do the same. So I love you guys. Happy freaking Friday. Have the most incredible day. And I'll see you guys on another live next week. Bye, guys.